Hello and welcome to the Girl That Went For It podcast. I'm your host, Johanna Scholz, also known as Johanna Lian on Instagram, and author of Believe in Life, How to Dance in the Rain. If you want to live your dream life and become the best version of yourself, then this podcast is for you. I hope that I can inspire and encourage you to never give up and to always believe in yourself. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Johanna_Liana, for daily content. And now enjoy this episode. Hi guys, and welcome back to this new episode. Today I'm going to talk about a manifestation technique that I actually haven't talked about yet, and that is manifesting with music. So how does that work, and how have I used it in the past, and what does it mean? I'm going to explain that in today's episode. We all probably had this, right? We have like this song that reminds us of something that we went through at that time. So for example, you've listened to a breakup song when you broke up with someone or someone broke up with you, and now this song always reminds you of your breakup. Or you listen to the song and the song always reminds you of your last summer holiday. Or maybe a summer holiday or a holiday from 10 years ago. I guess we can all relate to that, right? So we have like a song that reminds us of something. So the reason why I'm recording this episode is because I was listening to this song in my car on my playlist, on my old playlist, and I had such a beautiful, amazing gratitude moment. So I was listening to the song, it's called, I think, Blue Eyes. And I remember listening to it at the start of my journey in New Zealand, 2019. And this song, I remember listening to it and I remember visualizing my life in New Zealand. I remember listening to it and I remember walking down in the streets in Wellington. Actually, I remember exactly where I was, and I was in Wellington a few months ago, and that same street, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I've grown so much and I achieved so much. But I also listened to that song at the beach, and I remember walking along the beach listening to the song and just visualizing my dream life and knowing that it's possible for me. And now I listened to that song again, and I'm just so grateful that everything that I manifested back then, I achieved. Everything worked out. So how can you use music to manifest your dream life? Choose a song that makes you feel good, that makes you maybe even emotional, but in a good way, of course. And visualize your dream life. Visualize living that dream life and listen to that song. And every time when you listen to that song, you visualize your dream life. Make it a routine or make it just something you do. Listen to the song once a week. I mean, we don't want to overdo it because sometimes then we can't listen to a song anymore. But choose a song, and that song is going to be your manifestation song. You can also choose 1, 2, or 3 songs, but just always have like this time where you visualize your dream life. Here is really important to listen to the song lyrics first before you choose it. But if you choose like a happy song, which I recommend, or a song that really, helps you to feel good, then I am sure the lyrics are good. But the funny thing is, and I said that before, our subconscious mind is always listening. So if we listen to something sad, you might have noticed that sometimes you feel a bit sad. Maybe if you're going through a breakup and you listen to sad songs, you get even more sad. That's just what happens, right? So when you choose your manifestation song, make sure it makes you feel good. And maybe also make sure that you don't have any memories with that song yet. So this is going to be your manifestation song, and you listen to it and walk along the beach, walk along, I don't know, wherever you like to go for a walk, something that makes you feel good, like some place that makes you feel good. Maybe listen to it while you're in the shower, listen to it and dance to it and manifest your dream life and the feelings you're feeling in your dream life. So that's how a manifestation song works. I want to say here from 2014-15, I had a lot of 660 yeah, on my playlist, because that's a band in New Zealand. Back then they just started becoming more famous. Now they're like a really big, like, known band. Anyway, I remember back then, the first year I couldn't listen to 660, or so hard to say, 660, because it would make me feel really sad, because all I wanted to do, as I told you before, all I wanted to do was go back to New Zealand. So at the start, when I got back from New Zealand, I couldn't listen to it because it just made me so sad. And then after I booked my flights in 2019, in February 2019, I booked my flights to New Zealand and I listened to 660 non-stop. I listened to it on my way to work. I listened to it on the way back from work because I just got so excited and it made me feel so happy. I know I said earlier to not choose a song that you have memories to, but I feel like explaining it here, for me, the song was New Zealand, right? Like I had memories from it. I had memories to the song from New Zealand. And I then used it as manifestation because this dream was about to come real. I booked my tickets. So this started to become my manifestation song. Although I have to say here that 660, they, published a new album. So there were no memories to these songs. But what I want to say here as well is I went to a concert of 660 in New Zealand 2021. That was 2 years later. See how long this journey is from 2015 not being able to listen to the songs to 2019 starting to listen to the songs because I knew I was going back to New Zealand, to 2021 going to a concert. And I remember I cried the whole concert because I was just so happy that I was living in New Zealand. I was studying. I was on a thing, just ended actually my studies, got my 3 years work visa, and I was just so overfilled with emotions, like overflowing emotions of gratitude. And I literally filmed the whole concert as well. I mean, I didn't really film because I didn't really pay attention to what I was filming because I was obviously in the moment. But for some reason, I decided to film it because I also had a few drinks. But anyway, I was just so grateful. And then I went to 660 again in 2022, end of 2022. Again, had this big feeling of gratitude. And actually, every time I listen to 660, I'm like, wow, I couldn't listen to them because I was so sad that I couldn't come to New Zealand when I wanted to. But then it took such a turn. Anyway, this is just a little story from my side. You want to make sure that the music you listen to and it's your manifestation song makes you feel good. That's why I first, after 2015, I decided not to listen to it anymore because it made me too sad. But then once I booked my flights, I started listening to it again because it made me feel so good. And then I went to the concert. That was like a whole circle closing. But yeah, I just wanted to share this little story with you, and also this tool of using music for manifestation. Maybe you have like a song, like something like that you listened to in the past as well. Like maybe even a song that you listened to when you were going through a breakup. And listening to it now, like a few years later, you will realize how much you've grown and how you are so over that person that you were so sad about and feeling like crap. And now you listen to this song and realize that you're so much better without them and that you're happy and that you found happiness again. So that could be also something that you can do, like use music to reflect on how much you've grown. I feel like I want to say so much at once that the words don't come out. I actually feel like the same when I listen to certain songs. And I think there are some songs, for example, when I was 16 and I was like, had this crush and this crush didn't reply and I was listening to the song and it made me sad and so on and so forth. And now listening to it, I'm like, what an asshole that person was. And I'm just so much better. That person never deserved me anyway. That's how you can use music as well, to reflect on how much you've grown. So yeah, I hope this episode inspired you to pick your song, your manifestation song or songs. Maybe you could even do a little playlist. Listen to your playlist while you drive to work, while you come back, and so on. But I wouldn't actually say too many songs. Really think about like a few songs that you want to use for your manifestation. Feel free to share them with me. I'm really curious what songs you pick. Of course, only if you want to. Feel also free to share your manifestation journey with me. I'd love to hear a good manifestation journey. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode, like I said, inspired you. Now I'm kind of repeating myself. Also, a quick reminder that I'm going to start a new group coaching in February, and you can find all the details in the show notes. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.